Well, Ukrainian authorities say humanitarian corridors to allow civilians to leave besieged cities are partially opened today. Officials in Mariupol say about 2,000 civilian cars have left along one route. But Ukraine has again accused Russia of blocking a convoy trying to get aid to people inside the city, where the situation is becoming increasingly desperate. Now, Mariia Sirychenko lived in Mariupol but has been evacuated to Lviv, where she's now volunteering. Welcome to DW, Mariia. Thanks for joining us. How do you feel when you see what's happening to the city you used to call home?
Well, hi. My heart is really breaking when I see that most of the city is being constantly destroyed. You know, the maternity hospital where I was born, the school where I, went as a kid, my parents' house, and many, many other places where I lived. And those places I really loved.
Right. And you had to leave a lot of your friends and family behind, including your grandmother. What have you heard from them?
Well, unfortunately, I still have no connection. It's already 2 weeks today since my last call with my grandma, and we're desperately trying to reach her even today. But I heard something from my close people, from my uncle, for instance, who was able to catch some, mobile network today, and they are hiding in basement and they want to evacuate. However, the constant shelling really can't allow them to go out of the basement because they are afraid that the bomb will, hit them once they go out.
And can you tell us a bit about your decision to leave Mariupol? So many of us have never been in that situation where suddenly bombs are falling and you have to get out. What decided you that now is the time to leave?
Well, I want to be useful for my parents, for my family, for my country, and I understand that I can be more useful here in Lviv, where it's safe, and I can work here, I can volunteer here, I can help others. So we need, to fuel the economy, because we even got the official recommendations from the government that those who are able to work need to get back to work, because we need to earn money, and I have financial responsibilities right now for my whole family, because my parents, they are stuck in another country and they can't work, but they are doctors, so I need to support them as well.
And you've been volunteering there in Lviv. What sort of work are you doing?
Well, we are doing different kinds of volunteering with my friends, with my colleagues. For instance, we are organizing the shelter for the refugees who come from different cities. We're also buying some rare medicines like hemostatic or painkillers and get them delivered to war areas like Kiev or Kharkiv. We also try to find some, humanitarian stuff and transport that to the more dangerous areas. So different kind of work, and I see that everyone in Lviv wants to volunteer and help our country.
The west of Ukraine, where you are now in Lviv, that was seen as one of the safer areas, and hundreds of thousands of you have gone there. In this week, we've seen Russian bombs and missiles move closer to that region. How are you feeling about that?
Well, in comparison with Kiev or Mariupol, I still feel that it's safe here, and I really hope that the situation won't get more dangerous. But we are hearing sirens, so we are hearing, some precautional aid radars, but still it's safer here, and as far as I can stay here and help others, I don't have any plans to move out of the country.
And just on that point then, you see yourself in Ukraine for the duration, come what may?
Sorry, could you repeat that, please?
Not at all. You've decided you will stay in Ukraine regardless of what happens.
Well, it's difficult to plan something right now, but yeah, at this point, I want to stay here. I don't want to leave my country. And if it will be possible to, stay at least physically safe here, I will do that.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here at DW. Do stay safe. Thank you. Mariia Sirychenko.
Thank you.
Now, here are some more developments in this war. Ukraine's President, Volodymyr Zelensky, has accepted that his country cannot join NATO. In a virtual address to the Canadian Parliament, he described it as the truth we must recognise. A Fox News cameraman has been killed after his vehicle came under fire outside Kyiv. The same attack left a network correspondent wounded, and Russia has banned US President Joe Biden and other top American officials from entering the country. Moscow said the move was in response to US sanctions.
We're now joined by Olena Stokoz. She's the Deputy Director of the Ukrainian Red Cross, and she's currently in Vinnytsia in central Ukraine. Olena, you have a team working in Mariupol at the moment. What are you hearing from them?
Good afternoon. Well, it's true that our team, our emergency response team, is working in Mariupol. It's around 15 people of team, plus other spontaneous volunteers, so our number is bigger than that. They are currently working in the city. They are actually based, they have always been based in the city, but we have no connection with them. From time to time, once in a couple of days, we get in touch with them because there is no mobile connection, unfortunately, as well as gas, electricity, water, and everything else. We know that they are all safe now, well, not safe, but alive at least, and they're delivering their humanitarian mission. We have almost used all our Red Cross stockpile of food and other necessities, and we are now trying to negotiate locally where it is possible in the city to replenish our supply, to deliver water and food and other things to the population. The situation is, in fact, very difficult. We do not know how things are going on now there in Mariupol because now no connection with our team.
So some civilians, though, we hear have managed to leave. How difficult has it been getting people, supplies to people still stuck there?
Well, we have a big supply of everything, in fact, because of the major support of our partners and the business and everything. But we cannot get into the city. In order to get into the city and to deliver humanitarian aid there, we need the humanitarian corridor, which hasn't been successful for almost 2 weeks. That is why we cannot replenish our supply from other parts of Ukraine to Mariupol. That's the problem, and
if I may interrupt you there, the Reuters news agency has quoted Ukrainian officials actually accusing Russia of blocking this aid convoy into the city. Is there anything to that?
Yes, it's true. There is a big humanitarian convoy, which is also supported by the Ukrainian Red Cross. Our teams are on the way to Mariupol, but we cannot get there. We are stuck in Zaporizhia region, and we are not allowed into the city with the big humanitarian convoy, unfortunately.
So getting accurate figures on the number of deaths and number of people wounded is very difficult. What's your assessment of the situation across the country right now?
Well, I cannot give you the figures because we are not making this particular assessment. I can only say that a couple of days ago, the official reported figure of dead people was around 2,500 people dead. But over the news, we can hear that local authorities say this figure might be much bigger, even 10 times bigger than that.
Olena Stokoz there, Deputy Director of the Ukrainian Red Cross. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.